All right. Yeah, this game it wasn't one of those tough games. Wasn't one of those high flying games, but it was a game. If I was the coach, man, these are one of them games the coach you just pull your hair out, man. Just one of them tough, especially for the defense. Somehow, when you look at the stats, Arizona State, they kind of got them kind of neck and neck, but the quarterback had a little bit more, a couple more yards than the Shador. The Shador saved them. They better be thinking, God, they got Shador as their quarterback. Shador saved their game because their defense was just giving up. I don't know what's up with their defense today. Maybe their defense just didn't seem like they was in sync today. Linebackers really was getting picked on in coverage, and the coach used to be the Oregon offensive coordinator, so a lot of different formations, a lot of no huddle formations, throw your defense off. Definitely one of those long drawn out games. It was a long day for the Colorado defense. Gave up a lot of crossing routes, a lot of little seam post routes. Seemed like they put their defense in a lot of coverage situations, a lot of uh, triple wide receivers, and stack sets and stuff like that, like three wide stacked on one side, and a lot of little looks. Not your traditional offense. That's what I say. Not your traditional offense. So when we look at the stats, Colorado had 295 yards. They had 392 yards. They had 239 passing yards. They had 335 passing yards. They had a bunch of receivers though. Arizona State. It seemed like they had like 4 or 5, maybe 6 receivers that had to throw at Colorado. It seemed like every time we look up, they had a different receiver catching the ball, but they didn't seem like the quarterback really was like one of those quarterbacks that's like Caleb Williams is like really gonna throw it. Just kind of just solid play, game man. Just throw the ball to your first or second read. But I think what messed up Arizona State was they let Antonio, their receiver, get behind them for them to get their field goal because their defense could not get a stop. I mean, their D line, they got some sacks, but when it was crunch time, it seemed like they couldn't get to the quarterback. He had all the time in the world to throw that back shoulder fade at the end of the game. And when you look at it, I mean, it was considering both teams, the talent that they had, it was a good game, but the penalties and like I say, the team's offense, that was their defense when you look at the game. When I look at the game anyway, it seemed like that the offense was the defense. I think Shador played a game the best that he could play because he was getting sacked a lot in the first half. And I think after halftime, they made a lot of adjustments. And I think he made some mental adjustments. He started running the ball a little bit more, scrambling, trying to get the first down, sliding. So that's pretty smart. I think that when they get like a power running back, maybe like a guy that's like 5'11", 220 or something like that, or 210, they can pound the rock between the tackles, they're gonna win a lot more games. And when they get up on teams, they're gonna be able to pound the ball and run the ball and run the clock out. They don't have the personnel. I can tell they don't have the personnel that they want, but they working with what they have. But the defense got to be on sync. It seems like to me that their defense, their secondary, maybe outside of Shallow, their cornerbacks are not aggressive or they're not ball hawks. They're just good cover corners. And missing Travis Hunter, that's more of a ball hawk and a cover corner. It seemed like if you was a ball hawk, you could have got a couple of picks this game if you was paying attention. But if you don't have those ball hawk kind of skills, you won't get there. Because a lot of times the ball was tipped in the air by the receiver missing the ball. And if you're a ball hawk, most ball hawks, they kind of they always have a nose for the ball. And it seems like they don't have that yet at Colorado. They're missing. They're missing the ball hawks. Linebackers, they're missing. They have to get some linebackers in there. They have some rushing linebackers, but a linebacker that can play zone and cover, I think they're missing their zone play and coverage linebacker. You know, maybe a good middle linebacker that could cover. Because Bentley, Devontae Bentley, he got picked on a lot. They picked on him a lot. They put him in a lot of situations. Um, he had a costly pass interference at the end of the game. They kind of kept the drive alive for Arizona State. Excuse me. And like I said, I think the defense, they're gonna have to be in sync more. They're gonna have to. You can clearly tell that the D line, offensive line, is a disparity. It's probably gonna be the song of the season. You know, their offensive line, defensive line is really depleted. They got to get some weight on them. A lot of false starts, a lot of giving up for the tackles, giving up the sacks and stuff like that, beating them on the edge. But Arizona State had a good D line though. I mean, a bunch of uh, pressures and sacks, and their D line was pretty good. You know, if I can get their D line, let me see if I can get their D line, their players. Try to pull some of them up, but man, their D line play was insane. Arizona State had a really good D line. I mean, I couldn't believe it. They was getting back there, no problem. But that's gonna all be solved once they get the offensive line. They get a good recruiting class. They just got to get some beef on the D line and offensive line. Even Colorado D line, they was getting some sacks, but they weren't getting consistent pressure, especially on passing. Um, it seemed like they ran the ball good, Arizona State, but when you look at the stats, they didn't have a whole bunch of running yards though. Excuse me. Late at night, getting old, man. But what I will say is that Shador came through, and when they get Travis Hunter back, I'm telling you, that's probably gonna change the game. That they wait on Travis Hunter to come back, but especially on defense, they really need him in their secondary because that secondary, it ain't aggressive enough. They just like solid, but they was letting the receivers get behind them a lot and giving up a lot of crossing routes. I think when you don't have those linebackers that kind of punish them crossing routes when they try to run it and punish the receivers, they'll keep running it all night because that's what was working. You know, every time they blitz Arizona State, they was running a crossing route, and one of those crossing routes was open. And you got to have good coverage or have ball hawks that can telegraph that and get to the ball. Sometimes when you just got cover corners and they run crossing routes, they'll get picked by one of the receivers and it's gonna leave somebody open. So you gotta tighten up that defense. Shador Sanders made great adjustments in the game. Smart, just did some smart stuff. He just say scrambling, got out the pocket, getting out of harm's way. I know they sacked him a lot in the first half, so he's like, okay, they're gonna keep blitzing. I'm gonna run up the seam, but whichever side they give me. Uh, Caught them slipping a couple times enough to score. They ran a nice little, I want to say a scissor route in the goal line to get a score toward the end of the game. They put them up ahead. Like I said, I think their defense, man, I think it was more secondary than it was the whole defense. The secondary just seemed like they was having a bad game, miscommunication wise, because Arizona State was running a bunch of no huddle, a bunch of 4 wide receiver, 3 stacked on one side, and they kept moving around, motioning. All that, if you're not disciplined and be able to think on the fly as a secondary person, that will throw you off. It'll probably get on your nerves because you're used to just everything kind of coming up to the formation, and it is what it is. But those guys that run those spread offenses and stuff, they run all kind of little gimmick stuff to kind of throw you off and to kind of wear you out. Because 1 minute you think you're going on this side, but the receiver going on this side. But then they got 3 wide, 3 receivers here, 1 receiver there. Then the running back go out. Your defense, they try to get you thinking. The more that you think, the more that you can get beat. But the more that you're sure about what you're doing, it's hard to beat you. But I think the offense, though, that Oregon, that offensive coordinator, he did a good job running those different sets. That's what most colleges do. They run those different sets. So let me know in the comments. Did you watch the game? What did you think about the game? Did you think it was a good game? Did you think it was so-so game? Or did you even watch the game? You just look at the stats. I said, I watched the whole game. Just wanted to come on and have this conversation before I get ready to go to bed. But let me know in the comments what you think. I thought it was a pretty good game considering. I didn't when I seen him go downfield, I was like, wow, is he gonna be able to pull this off? But he did. He went downfield and threw that ball to Antonio, or the receiver. He got behind her. I don't know if it was a linebacker or a cornerback. It like a cornerback, but he got behind him and he threw it right over the top. Not an easy throw to make, but he made it. Then they end up getting in range to do a field goal, and they came back and won the game just like that. Their defense could have stopped them. They was even running prevent, but like Bill Parcells say, only thing prevent defense do is prevent you from winning. They had a lot of receivers. I got to give Arizona State a lot of credit. They did have a lot of receivers to throw at Colorado. I just think their depth right now is really showing. They don't have the depth to like sub out players and kind of keep things fresh. Some players probably got to go the whole game or play man up the whole game. You got to be a dog though to play man defense the whole game. And you got to really establish a stronghold on their receiver. Not everybody can do that for a whole game. Then you got to think about when you play there like week 7, you kind of halfway within the season. A lot of people are sore. A lot of people are hurting. They may not be injured, but they sore. Joints hurt, muscles hurt. People getting taped up. It ain't for the weak at heart. Then you play a team like this is running a spread offense, and they constantly moving around. You don't really get a chance to recover. Kind of get your breath, and then by the time you try to get in your stance, they're saying hut. So now it's like they're constantly catching you off guard. I think that's kind of how they got a lot of passes off Arizona State, is they was catching them off guard with those formations. Running 3 on one side, 1 receiver on the other side. So. But let me know in the comments, though. Did you watch the game? Let me know. Pretty good game overall. I didn't have no problem with it, considering what the teams have. Because it seems like Arizona State is like kind of get his recruiting classes in too, because he just got the head coaching job. But good game. Great play by Shedeur. Colorado defense has to tighten up. I think they will get that tightened up because they start playing like Oregon State. And those teams, you got to be ready. You can't go in there like this, how they played today. It won't work. You're going to get blowed out. You just got to tighten up. And I'm rolling with Coach Prime. Win, lose, or draw. Coach Prime, Colorado Buffs. Let's go. Little Rock in the house. I'm a Trojan. Going to school. Hopefully next semester I'll be close to being done. But I'm about to sign out. Thanks for watching. If you get a chance to watch the live stream, once again, this is the post-game conversation. Colorado wins the game 27-24. Great late game drive by Shedeur. And great game. Oh, I got my boy coming in. I was about to get up out of here, but yeah, my boy coming in.
Oh, well, a day you would
Jay
say a
Boogie.
day late, a dollar short.
Man. So did
I
you
show
get
my
your,
face a little bit.
you get a chance to watch the game?
Man, I was playing my own sport, chasing kids all day
Oh boy.
for the
Yeah, I've
most
been
part.
cutting grass and stuff. That was
Yeah,
a good game though, man. I think that defense though, I think they got those ball hawks on defense. I did notice that. Cause they was running crossing routes. You know, somebody running crossing routes. If you don't got people that try to hawk the ball, they'll keep running it. They're gonna that's gonna be open all day. And I
yeah, they'll dink and dunk you like.
yeah.
And I think they a lot of people took note on the Colorado game with those crossers. I mean, not what's that? What's the team? That was Colorado State,
Oregon?
Oregon. No, the team
Yeah,
that
yeah,
was
you're right. Colorado
yeah,
State was running
Colorado.
crossing
Yeah,
routes. You're
they
right.
was
It
and
was.
they was catching them real low to the ground. And
Yeah,
they wasn't making big plays, but they was making completions, and it
yeah.
just nickled them down, and it wears their defense down, and they don't have a lot of depth at deep anywhere really, like especially a D line and offensive line. When you don't have that, and they can keep your defense out on the field a long time, it'll just get to you.
Because when I think about the stats, man, it was kind of an even game. I mean, it really wasn't like either one of them pulled away. I think when you look at the team stats, like you say, 295, 392, that's not like a big disparity. But man, Arizona State D line though, man, but they had that D line was coming, man. God, I didn't realize how much like your D line, offensive line, like they did. If you don't win in the trenches, you're not gonna win the game. So somehow Shador won that game for him at the end, man. But man, they really could have lost that game, no problem, man. I mean, it was like 50 seconds left on the clock, and he came back and got him downfield in field goal range.
Yeah.
He almost
He,
could have scored the ball, but the receiver dropped it. I think to get in the end zone, he dropped it.
Now he doesn't really go off on the guys like that in public, but that happens a lot with Colorado. Those uh, those um, those non-star guys those guys outside of Travis,
Yeah,
they drop the ball a lot. You know, he throws a really catchable ball most of the time.
yeah,
And I see a lot of drop. I've noticed that, but their skill positions are real good. But the offensive and defensive line are people that you forget about. It's like that part of the relationship that you
yeah,
don't want to do. You
boy,
get spoiled when you have a good one, but you really notice it when you have a bad one. When it's
boy,
gone or you don't
yeah,
have it, I
yeah,
mean, because you just used to it being consistent. Then it's like
yeah,
not there, and you can't block. If you can't
boy.
block, you can't throw. If you can't throw, you can't run the
Man,
offense.
that tackle boy was getting ate up by Arizona State, bro. It was one time, man, he couldn't even. He tried to stick his arm out, but he just went right around him, man. He's like Javon Curse out there. It was crazy, man. Man, then man, they had a lot of receivers though. I think they said the coach that coached Arizona State used to play for Oregon.
Yeah,
He used to be the offensive coordinator. I mean, he used to be the offensive coordinator for Oregon. So he was running that spread offense. He had like three receivers stacked on one side, like trips or something like that. And they
yeah,
was like, he had them stacked one time. They had some weird formation where it was like the center, quarterback, and then the guards moved out like three or four. It was like really spaced out. Then they just run the ball up the middle because it'll space your defense out.
yeah.
It's pretty crazy, man. It was, and then she like the quarterback. He was just throwing it to where they told him to throw it. Like just throw it to your first read. Don't throw it nowhere else. But he was still getting the ball out there though.
Yeah, so people always talk about game managers and field generals of whatever, like, but it's
Yeah,
still you gotta still throw a catchable, accurate ball
that's
when
true.
you're a game manager. You still gotta be able to make those throws. They say like what's it, Kyle Shanahan's offense, you can just plug in anybody, they can be quarterback, you know what I mean, and they can be good.
As long as
And
they
just
can
like
run that bootleg. As long as they can run the bootleg,
and just
they
like
can
his
play.
dad with the like his dad Mike Shanahan with the running game. Like it didn't matter if he had
Cutback.
Terrell Davis,
No, they
Mike
run a
Anderson.
cutback. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Did he run zone? Did he run zone? Zone running? Zone blocking
It
for
was kind of
Shanahan?
like a zone, like kind of play.
But it wasn't like the coach. But it wasn't like the coach zone running.
No, it wasn't like.
Yeah, okay.
And then they run that bootleg out of the other side of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they'll get the line running this way.
Yeah.
And then run the bootleg out.
Man, that's scary, man.
Door.
Well, it's scary. You gotta have the confidence, man. It's gonna work. That's scary, man. You run that bootleg at the end right there looking at you like, yeah, dog, I got you, dog. Most of the time it worked though. When they ran it actually worked though. It just depends.
Because like when they had Jake Plummer, he wasn't a real threat as a runner.
No.
And their running game was so good. If the whole line went, you went with everybody else, and he has to sneak out the back door. So
yeah.
But it still takes that certain type of skill to be a game manager type of.
Oh, while we here, man, on the podcast, right? People have been trolling us on when I did the clip about who would you take, LT or Ray Lewis?
Oh yeah.
So somebody told me that they said that Ray Lewis didn't play in the 3-4. He played in the 4-3.
Well, they did change it around a lot.
Yeah, at the end when they got Suggs and stuff, sure.
Yeah, no, and then Suggs can play in and stuff too. Like so, they got Haloti Ngata and like Tony Saragusa. They always kept two big tackles.
Yes.
In. So like later they moved them into in and D tackle, but it was a time they did want a 3-4 with the two biggest dudes you can find in the middle to keep him to keep them offensive linemen off him.
Because they said Lawrence Taylor, he played in the 3-4 too. I thought the Giants ran a 4-3. I didn't know they ran a 3-4.
Yeah, I think they ran 3-4 because he was a real edge rusher.
Yeah.
Things like that. But you got to think Bill Parcells is a dynamic coach. So they can pretty much run.
Bill Parcells, the defensive coordinator.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah. He had Pete Carroll, I think, at one time too. I think on his team coaching too. Yeah.
I wouldn't doubt it. Dude's been around a long time.
Man, we think about it. Is USC, man? How do you think they're gonna go all the way this year, dude?
What's that?
USC. You think they're gonna stay undefeated this year?
It's always hope is always alive, but anybody can get dropped any day. You know what I mean?
Yeah, college football definitely like that. USC, they down 10-0 to Arizona right now. They down 10-0.
So
in the first quarter, yeah.
You just can't.
I think Texas lost today. They lost to Oklahoma 34-30.
See, you know what I mean? They looked good last week. And that's the thing, too. Like when in college, you can play a really bad team, and then the next week you got a really good team. So you can get a false confidence playing a bad team. And then
say Ohio State. So you see Ohio State 37-17. LSU blowing out Missouri 49-39. They blew them out. You gotta think when somebody score 50 points, man, that's gotta be like, God, man, is that like bad offense or good defense? Somebody score like 50. Man.
It's a combination of both. Like if somebody playing good defense and then their offense holds the ball a long time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Keep getting first downs. They're gonna run your defense ragged. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then they defense gonna be fresh. So,
man, boy, it's a lot of conferences, man. Good night. Big 12, Oklahoma 3-0, West Virginia 2-0, Texas 2-1. About the Big 10, Michigan, Ohio State. Oh yeah, Michigan pretty good this year too. They are pretty good this year.
Yeah, I think they still playing.
Are they?
No, they may be.
Conference USA. I'm going Conference USA. Yeah, USC 3-0, Washington 2-0, Oregon 2-0, Oregon State 1-1. Oh, they lost a game. But yeah, man. I hope, man. They're gonna have to get like a power running back though. Colorado. They're gonna get like their 5'11", 6'1", 220 kind of running back. You can pound between the tackles. I mean, the running back they got now kind of like a scat back. He just fast, but he can get hurt, man. He trying to run between the tackles with dude, man.
You know,
He only can take
but
so much of that, man. You know what I'm
well,
saying?
that's their offense too. So
I know. Their receivers getting better, but one receiver caught a ball, bro. He caught it. He turned around in the air and caught it, but he got hit by number 7. I forgot to do name from Arizona State. He coughed it right up. He dropped that mug, man. I mean, dude timed it perfect too. He caught the ball. He was right there. He just loaded up and hit him in the back. he dropped the ball, man.
coughed it up.
Boy, caught that thing up. Hot potato, man. It was one receiver in the beginning of the game. He throwing the ball. It's like seemed like a post route, but he caught it in the middle of the field. He they said he had alligator arm. He did like this. He didn't raise his arms all the way up because he didn't want to get hit. But he just did like this. He put his head back down.
Hey, he ain't gonna expose them ribs.
Yeah. He threw a back shoulder fade for Arizona State though. That the cornerback, it was 1-on-1 on the right side of the field. The touchdown that tied the game. I was like, man, they're finna score. This defense just ain't doing good tonight, man. It's like they just wasn't in sync, man. The secondary, they wasn't aggressive tonight. They was just covering, letting people get behind them. So it was pretty crazy, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I guess.
But
who you
at
got?
every level, catching the football is always a struggle.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Unless you Randy Moss or somebody like that, man. You know what I'm saying?
Like Larry Fitzgerald probably gonna get in the Hall of Fame for his lack of drops. You know what I mean? Because he didn't drop. He got to hold the record of passes. Not. He went
to the Super Bowl though. They went to the Super Bowl though, right? They lost to the Steelers when they had Kurt Warner.
Yeah.
I think so. Who was over Gillhouse watching the game? I think we was over Gillhouse watching the game when they.
You're right. You know what I mean?
He'll probably go to. I think he'll go to Hall of Fame, man. Dude was consistent. That dude was consistent.
Yeah.
I mean, like dude had spat on his hands or something like stick.
Yeah, I mean, you never consistently catching like all his careers. You know, I mean,
he wasn't the fastest though. He didn't burn nobody. He just caught the ball, throw it his way. He catching it.
And he was real strong. They said he had a 4.4, but I don't know.
Yeah, dude, he didn't run no 4.4. That's definitely not
But,
that's like saying that's like saying he was faster than Marvin Harrison or something. That definitely wasn't it. Bro, I watched the comeback. They did like a comeback game with he threw an interception or something like that, but they did like 2 quick scores or something and an onside kick. But Marvin Harrison was out there burning dudes though. I forgot. I mean, I almost kind of forgot how good he was, man.
Yeah, man.
I mean, he was out there catching deep balls. He running out routes. He was out there getting it, man.
It's like sometimes they lose him on the field and he just be knifing through it. Like, like Cooper Kupp got good route running. That's why he open. But when you combine route running with intelligence, with that kind of speed,
I like Cooper Kupp, man. I think he got the quick twitch. Like he run an out route, you think he just gonna run it regular, but then he twitch out when he hit that corner, and then he just twitch. Now you're like, man, what happened? I didn't think he was that fast.
We used to play on the weekends at Scott Field. It was 2 dudes that went to PA. I was way faster and bigger, but his route running was so weird. There's a little twitchy like that. It was kind of hard to keep him from catching the ball. He wasn't gonna burn me or anything like that, So
one of them out routes, man. Like, I think Deion said somebody ran an out route so good one time that dude, he made him come out his shoes. He broke the seam of his shoes trying to cover it, man. Because he ran an out route so good, man. Boy, that's crazy. Come out your shoes trying to cover that mug, trying to cut that corner, man.
Trying to defy physics to stick to him. So,
but yeah, man, I just want to talk about this game for the NFL game tomorrow, man. I might try to come on here and talk about some NFL stuff. I can get the cans checked.
Yeah, who you got? You got Dallas and San Francisco.
Man, San Francisco is gonna dust Dallas, bro, without question. They got the best linebacker and the best DN. Not Dallas.
Yeah.
San Francisco do. Fred Warner. Fred Warner and Sosa.
Yeah, Bosa. But yeah,
Yeah, Bosa. Yeah,
but man, I just Dallas offense don't look good
I don't trust Dak.
against no
I don't trust
against
Dak.
that defense. I don't trust
Yeah,
Dak against that defense.
man.
Getting hit and getting pushed around and stuff
If he
like
was to
that.
step up, if he was to step up and play and help win that game, it may be a different story. It may be a whole different team. But man, do you think Dak is a good quarterback? Or he's just one of those kind of like Trent Dilfer. That's what we kind of remind me of, like a Trent Dilfer kind of quarterback.
See, what that reminds me of, it's like that person can play. He's got the
Yeah,
physical ability, and you just want him to be good.
right.
Like, I just want you to be good so bad. You know what I mean? I want you to be this Pro Bowl guy. I want you to be this elite guy. And things keep happening to him. So, like, we'll blame it on, well, he was hurt. Well, he this and he that. Well, he's been playing, injury free for a little while now, and it's just not really coming together. You know what I mean? And it
Yeah,
just the results ain't. They leave more to desire.
yeah. I think San Francisco was gonna dust the Cowboys without question. If they win that game, it was gonna be Dak gonna have to play out of his mind for them to win that game, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Um, because man, they got the best defense in the league, bro. I mean,
And
without
I think
question.
with that, I think San Francisco can run a little bit better. And they can
Yeah, they
just
got
take.
C Mac. Yeah,
Yeah, I think they can just take. Their offense can take adversity a little bit more. But their defense could punch. Could break um, Shanahan's system. You punch that quarterback enough times. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So I don't know. I
Look at the schedule real quick. Hold on. So you look at some of the games, right? You got Jaguars and Bills. Probably Bills gonna win that game. I'm pretty sure the Bills gonna win that game.
yeah.
When you think about that, let me see if I can zoom that in a little bit more.
Yeah, but the Falcons and the Texans,
That's one of them games.
yeah,
You just watching. You just eating, watching the game. You just worry about your
yeah,
hot wings. You just
yeah,
eating your food,
yeah,
watching that game. Yeah,
yeah,
you can just throw it. You can flip a coin. Probably who gonna win that game?
yeah, and just
Carolina and Detroit. Probably Detroit because Detroit probably the better team.
yeah,
Because Carolina don't got no quarterback. Tennessee, Indiana. That's probably gonna be a drag out game. But I think Tennessee probably can run the ball. They may win that game.
yeah. If they can
Indiana
get the
been
run
playing pretty
going,
good.
yeah, exactly. So if they can get the I think Indianapolis is on a little streak of putting things together.
Yeah,
But if Tennessee got their run game going, I
yeah,
think they
Derrick
got it.
Henry.
Yeah,
New York Giants, Miami gonna blast New York.
yeah.
They
But
ain't got a chance.
they, I thought they
No
was gonna get the.
chance. That's what you got.
I thought they was gonna get the Bills though. You know what I mean? So
Bills. But the Bills got a good team though.
yeah, but I mean, like they got to show up against good opponents too. You know what I mean? They just kind of
Yeah.
can't just blow out the easy wins. You know what I mean? But I think they got New York.
New Orleans, New England. That's another coin toss flip, man.
Like
Um,
who is even Derek Carr even gonna be playing? The
yeah.
Patriots ain't what they used to be even defensively.
Nah.
So
I think Bill Belichick, man, dude had a run where he had some of the best talent that you can have. I think every coach goes through that. Some coaches, they just have that run where you got the best talent, and you can't replace. You cannot replace it with that same. It only lasts for so long, I guess. You know what I'm saying? That train ride only lasts for so
But
long. You know what I'm saying?
like the Patriots argument, it's the Patriot way. They had all those years where they didn't have any good receivers. Tom Brady had like 6 tight ends. You know what I mean? But you lose Gronk, Hall of Famer, Tom Brady, Hall of Famer. The team's
Yeah.
not going to be the same. And
No.
they weren't ever like they tried. Like, well, we'll get Matt Leinart, we'll get Mac Jones, people like that to try to Tom Brady-ish, but
Yeah.
really, they really didn't, catch on to the offense. They weren't ready to go. It wasn't a plug and play thing.
Yeah.
When Tom left, nobody was ready. Nobody was ready to step up or anything like that. And even when Tom was there, they didn't have those weapons on the outside. Grunt gone, so
Now I'm
If
wondering. I
it's
got
really
I
good.
got a theory though. I'm wondering if he was able to trade Tom Brady and run with Garoppolo at the time that he was trying to do that, but Kraft made him trade him. How would the team have been if he would have like kind of did? He was trying to do Tom Brady like Seymour. He was trying to get like draft picks and stuff like that. That's what he was trying to do. Because I think Belichick knew that he was gonna try to go to Tampa Bay. I don't know, maybe he did, maybe he didn't, but I think he gonna try to send him to another team or something like that. Send him to purgatory somewhere. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
you can't like if
Trade him to the
you
Chicago Bears. Go to Chicago or something. You know what I'm saying?
you
Let's see
can't
how you
never
do.
tell Bill Belichick where you going. Like he gonna make sure
Yeah,
you go somewhere else. So
yeah.
uh, get the
But
max
but
value.
with him not having Garoppolo, because I mean, it seemed like Garoppolo was a perfect kind of quarterback for Bill Belichick. Because all you need to do is do what I tell you to do. You don't
Yeah,
have to even win the game. The defense gonna win the game. You just got to manage it. You know what I'm saying? In San Francisco, that's what they was doing, but they needed a quarterback that could win a Super Bowl at that point. He wasn't that kind of quarterback though.
yeah.
Like Jimmy G, to me, Jimmy G whack. I don't know. I don't feel people really like
I
Jimmy G.
don't
I
really
never
like him
really.
myself, you know what I mean. And
Nah,
then he's the quarterback for the Raiders, you know, that's my
I
team.
know.
But I, you know, he don't really do a lot for
How's he
me.
doing?
But
How's he doing so far?
yeah, I mean, he's all right. You know what I mean. He got Devontae Adams, but
I think they're trying.
and
I
he
think they're
did.
trying to trade Devon. I think they're trying to trade Devontae Adams.
Well, please do. You know what I mean. Well, not that's my team. I don't want to lose him, but you know, geez,
So
I mean,
Baltimore, Pittsburgh,
for his sake,
Baltimore, Pittsburgh. Who you rolling with?
still waiting for Baltimore to kind of jump on. I'm going with Baltimore.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Baltimore too because they don't have no quarterback for Pittsburgh. Kenny Pickett, not quarterback. You know what I'm saying? Definitely
Yeah,
not no quarterback. Cincinnati or Arizona. Ooh, that's
I'm
gonna be a
going.
good game because
It's going
Arizona
to be a
got a
good
good D
game
line. Yeah, it's gonna
because
be
you
a
know
good game.
Arizona's kind of stepping up to challenges more,
They,
but I think the Bengals got it.
I heard they're talking about moving on from Kyler Murray after they paid him all that money. I heard they're talking about moving on from him.
Man, like, what is you doing when they pay you that much? And it's like, now we going another direction. Like, you know,
They pay you
that's,
$200 million, but a NASA scientist come in and play better quarterback than you. That's kind of weird, man. That's crazy, man.
well, maybe he's smart. You know,
After running algorithms, if I throw the ball at a 30-degree angle with 78 speed velocity, I can get the ball. That's pretty crazy.
um, yeah.
So, what do you think about? Is LA good this year? Philadelphia or LA Rams?
I'm going Philly on this
Yeah,
one.
Philly. Yeah, they're the best team right now. They hot. They
Yeah,
almost red hot right now. They on all cylinders, man.
but you know, what I mean, if LA can get the win, they can take that same momentum and use it to propel them
I
and
just don't
get
know.
them
Do they
confidence.
got the offense? Do they have the firepower to keep up? I know they got the defense, but
Yeah,
well, since they traded Jalen Ramsey, they ain't been the same since they traded Jalen Ramsey. Though I ain't gonna lie, they ain't been the same. New York Jets or Denver?
that's just terrible.
Yeah, I know, right?
I know. You know, I'm praying for
Denver,
Russell.
they
I'm
got to
doing
win
Russell.
that game.
You know, I'm
Yeah,
doing the Russell's prayer, but I think the Jets gonna get him. I mean, that quarterback situation got he's gonna turn around. You know,
yeah. KC or Minnesota?
I got KC.
Oh yeah, you
I
go
got,
KC
I
on
got
that.
KC going the whole. I got KC repeating
You
this
think
year
so? They think they gonna repeat this year?
for sure. Yep.
Man, I don't know. Miami, man, I don't know. Woo,
But
boy.
but Taylor Swift, that good luck charm. You know.
Hey, we'll go see that blazing trail out there, man, with a cheetah, man. I don't know. I
Uh,
don't know. I hope Tua
he'll
can
come
stay
back.
healthy.
The
Yeah.
Cheetahs revenge.
Then the game we talking about, Dallas and San Francisco, man, they gonna get dusted by San Francisco, man. C-Mac gonna have probably about 100 yards. Debo probably gonna be out there balling. But I think if Bosa, if he get about 3 sacks, if he can get 3 sacks, maybe 2.5 sacks that game, they probably gonna win.
Yeah.
Put that pressure on Dak, they probably gonna win the game. And then your team Monday, the Raiders or the Green Bay.
Well, I'm going with the Raiders. We're gonna see what Jimmy G gonna do.
Yeah, they both sorry. Just kind of like, well, do you want,
But
you want
let's see what Devontae Adams do against his old team. So
Because Jordan Love, he pretty whack. I don't know what they was thinking drafting him. He actually pretty whack. Well, yeah, guys, we're finna get ready to get up out this thing, man. We'll come back and talk about these games tomorrow, NFL games.
Well, you gotta watch. You gotta watch your criticism. Over these players. Rodney Harrison kind of went in on. Damn, I can't think of the dude's name.
Went in on who?
The quarterback. The Chiefs played him. He was trying to get Chris Johnson to talk about dude. I forgot his name.
You want the D tackle? You talking about the D tackle?
Yeah, he was talking to the D tackle after the Chiefs won, trying to get him kind of talk down about the quarterback they played against. But he actually had a good game. But he was calling him trash and everything. Like Bubba. I can't think of his name either. Yeah. I'm bad with names at night. So
I know, right? I'm bad, boy. Boy.
But we'll let y'all go. We'll try to get back with y'all Sunday with these NFL games. And we had our picks. We did our picks. So we can see how that will come out. So
yeah. All right, guys, we finna sign out. Let us know in the comments what you think. We're gonna try to do this on the weekend after every Colorado game. That's what we're trying to do. So you got anything else when we sign out?
Nah, it's all good. See y'all tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.